Why are we lying? Shall we ask Jackson? Could we give Jackson a call? Get him on the phone. Because we need some sort of reliable sources here. Ashley is not it.
But I'll be on it always, always and
Hey queens, welcome back to my queen cave. My name is Shelby, queen of the queen cave, you already know. I hope everyone is having a much better day than I'm having because I've caught a little bit of the cold. So I'm going to try my best to get through this recap with as much energy as I can, but just letting you know. And on top of that, make sure you're protecting yourself, wash your hands, cover your mouth, please. Because at work today, I saw this grown man do this hacking cough and like spread all of his germs everywhere. And I'm just like, are you kidding? And then have the audacity after that to touch the door handle? Yuck. I think not. So go ahead and make sure you're keeping yourself clean and healthy and protected. But anyway, I'm doing a recap today of The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10, Episode 19, the reunion part 2. So to start, we are still with Wendy and Ashley. They're going back and forth trading insults, and Ashley is corny as hell with that whole 6'7" reference. Please leave that to the kids. I have not seen anyone her age or even my age, and I'm like 10 years younger than her, doing no 6'7" reference. That's for the little kids. Please, that was so corny. I was like, ooh, I was cringing when I watched that. I was like, please don't do that ever again, Ashley. Ashley is then put on blast by Wendy that she texts Stacy that Wendy is getting everything that she deserves and she's not losing any sleep over her situation. And I was like, as whack and unnecessary as that comment was, this is something that Wendy willingly did. She was not forced to do this. Like, she chose to make these decisions. So why should Ashley or anyone lose sleep over the situation that she caused herself, you know? So it's just like, I feel like with Wendy's situation, there's not much you can defend, if anything, honestly. Like, at the end of the day, we really just care about her kids for the most part, making sure they're in a good place throughout this whole situation. But it's just like, for Wendy and Eddie's case, why should we be sad over it and anything? It's like, you do the crime, you do the time. Sorry, next. She tries to apologize to Wendy about how she's making light of her situation, but Wendy does not want to hear that shit. She calls her out for being full of shit, and I'm like, good. Please, somebody put Ashley in her place, finally, because I feel like she didn't get enough of that during the season. She tries to acknowledge her messiness in the group and how she's always stirring the pot, but she then puts it back on the girls as if, like, this is a you problem, telling them that they're too sensitive. Like, in earlier seasons, they would be able to do the back and forth, and their feelings wouldn't be as hurt as they were this season, which maybe that's true. You know, I feel like maybe it's because, like, the newer girls that are coming onto the cast are the main ones being picked at, and they haven't been on this cast for as long as everyone else. They're not used to how things are run on the program. So I feel like there's some truth to that, but that does not negate the fact that you, Ashley, are always stirring the pot and causing trouble for no reason, just because you don't have a real storyline or a real reason to be on the show. And now we get to Ashley's segment, and we get a whole montage of her for the whole season. Skip! That was me. I was like, I'm fast forwarding through this whole thing. I don't give a damn, and I don't want to rewatch what I already skipped through the rest of the season anyway. So we get on the topic of Josh, and everyone agrees that Ashley straight up humiliated him on camera by breaking up with him, as if she couldn't do that off camera and just not have him on the show anyway, because clearly she was only using him for some sort of a storyline, love, romance bullshit that we didn't care about any fucking way. But she tries to explain that she broke up with Josh 2 nights before that day of filming. The next day, he wanted to get back together with her. She did not want to, but he insisted that they hang out or meet up or whatever. She told him, in order for them to hang out, it has to be on camera. Like, I don't understand why you're not seeing how snaky and just weird as fuck that is. Like, you are clearly using that man as a way to have some sort of storyline, and on top of that, you are straight up humiliating him and making him feel like a fool on national television. If we're gonna be so real, I felt so bad for Josh in that whole scene, because she made it seem like their date was good and they were vibing well. She was over here laughing in his face. Obviously, we knew that was for the cameras, but I'm just saying, like, For 5 seconds, I was thinking that there was actually some sort of, like, genuine vibes going on, because it seemed like during the date they were having a grand old time, only for at the end of the date her to be like, yeah, sorry Josh, it's not working out, thanks. It's like, what was the point of you doing all that? Again, Ashley is someone that brings down the quality of the show. You're declassing the show, as Nene said. And again, nothing's changed. She does not add any value to the show. Her trying to have this convoluted storyline of her going to meet men, and now she's Ash T.O.P. What was it? Her male name, whatever the fuck, I don't give a damn. She just has nothing going on. You can just see how desperate she is to come up with something viable, to have some sort of something on film, and it still did not translate. We don't want to see with you, we don't want to hear about you and Dean ever again. Finally, you're divorced. We did not give a damn anyway, because it was already seeming like it was bullshit in the first fucking place. We don't want to see you being a mom. Honestly, I don't care about Ashley and her being a mom. Her kids are cute. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Ashley just in general. I don't want to see her in any role. I don't want to see her talking about her mom. Bless her heart. I hope that she's okay. I hope and pray that she is healed with whatever illness that she has and she's doing better. I'm just saying, I'm not interested in watching it. I don't want to see anything Ashley's involved in, like most people that watch the show. Next we get on the topic of Jackson and how weird as fuck that situation was. And Ashley tries to say she's confused as to why Charisse waited until she's talked to the blogs to voice her actual feelings about that situation between Ashley and Jackson. And I'm also confused as well. It's like, Charisse, we saw the footage of Ashley telling you about her and Jackson. You made it seem like you were okay with it. She was laughing, joking. There was no problem with it. And now all of a sudden you see that people are like not fucking with that. They think it's weird because it is. Now you want to kind of change your tune and like throw Ashley under the bus and go to all these blogs and talk about her and, oh, she's this and that. Why would she ever do that? It's like, where was that energy when you were actually on the show? If we're going to be real, if Charisse had any common sense in her dome in any way, she's so desperate to get on the show. I'm going to keep saying that because I feel like it's obvious. She wants to get back on the show in any way she can. I feel like this would have been her moment to confront Ashley whenever she told her about her and Jackson's night of fun, whatever. That would have been a moment to highlight, to at least be able to say, I can bring something to the show that's entertaining. She missed that opportunity. And then you wanted to kind of make up for it by going to the blogs. It does not work that way, girlfriend. It's too late. But yeah, I'm in a way, I understand / agree with Ashley on that small little point, because where was that energy, Charisse, when she was telling you in your face, Yeah, I didn't think so. Next, Andy wants to make it clear, like, so who made the first move? Ashley is so adamant he made the first move. I would never do that. It's like, oh, pause. Because, Ashley, we know how loose you are, and I don't believe that for a second. I definitely believe that you were tipsy, drunk, whatever, and you came on to him, if we're going to be real. And because you're so much older than him, that power imbalance quote, because you're older, he's obviously going to go for it because you're not an ugly woman. You're a very attractive woman. Despite how ugly you are on the inside, you're pretty on the outside, in my opinion. So it's just like, I would understand why he would, but don't lie. I just feel like that was a bold-faced lie. You're not going to sit over here and be the one. You were the one to bring this up. It's like, it's not like he was going around town telling everybody, oh, me and Ashley we're smashing. No, you brought it upon yourself to bring it up to everyone at the family function, mind you. Why are we talking about that here? But anyway, so yeah, I don't believe that. I feel like she wanted to say he did it so she can take some sort of heat off of her for how weird she is for thinking that her friend's son, who she's known since he was a child, now sexually attracted in any sort of way. Ew. It's like, girl, there are so many options. You can't pick anyone else? Are you that desperate, Ashley? Yeah, let's just skip on to that. Next, but to add on to that, she insists they didn't do anything more than kiss. More lies. I don't believe that bullshit. I do believe, because on top of that, why would you bring it up to Charisse in any aspect to allude that you guys had sex? This must be so real. She's over here trying to like dance around the subject and tiptoe around it. It's like, girl, be so real. Y'all were smashing, y'all were fucking, and you don't want to see Sharice's reaction because honestly, she would flip out. I feel like she would. As a mom, knowing the whole situation, she would be pissed off, and you know that, and you know you would not be ready for that. So it's just like, why are we lying? Shall we ask Jackson? Could we give Jackson a call? Get him on the phone, because we need some sort of reliable sources here. Ashley is not it. I don't believe anything coming out of her mouth. But on top of that, number 3, she gonna say that she wrote a children's book. It's like, Ashley, you are all over the place. One moment you're a singer quote, next moment you're an entrepreneur quote. Now you are writing children's books? Oh. I mean, I guess when something's not working, you keep looking to something else, but it just seems like these things are just coming across as cash grabs to me. Like, it doesn't seem like you have any real dedication. It just seems like she'll put some time into one thing, and if it's not taking off immediately, it seems like she'll go on to the next thing. Like, the singing thing that she did, that didn't go nowhere. No one wants to hear, I don't even know how the words go. All I know is, some with coffee. Went hot. That's the only part I know. Like, some went hot. Like, that's the only part I can think about in my mind, but that didn't go nowhere, obviously. She can't sing for shit. Number 2, that whole, clothing company her and Giselle had didn't go anywhere. Like, one time, I think it was last year or the year before that, I was trying to go and take a gander on the website, see what they had going on for sale, and tell me why there were only, like, socks and a very expensive sweatshirt that was basic as fuck. I'm like, this was not what you guys advertised on the show. I'm confused. It's like, where's the fashions we saw on the runway when Keiarna and what's her name got into a tussle? Like, I didn't see any of those items for sale. So I just feel like that was a bamboozlement. In my opinion, that was a whole bunch of bullshit. But yeah, and then now she wants to get onto children's books. So I guess we'll see if she keeps up with it. I mean, it really doesn't matter because I'm not interested anyway. I just find it fascinating that she continues to bounce around this and this and that. It just seems like it's more of whatever can get her a check at this point because she's not getting the money that she thought she was going to get from Dean. Next. Okay, so finally we get on Keiarna's ass. I've been waiting for this all season. So Andy first asked about if Greg proposed. We already knew the answer to that. She gonna be all dramatic as fuck. And I'm over here like, is she gonna pull out? I know she's not gonna pull out no damn ring. Like, she would have came on set with that, throwing that at everyone's face. Look at me, whatever. So when she wanted to be all dramatic and theatrical and slowly pulled out the picture frame, I was in tears. I was in shambles. I'm like, why would you bring that? That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Gregory played in your face, Keiarna. Your face, your mom, and Angel's face. He took y'all on a fucking treasure hunt, making it seem like he was gonna get you a ring. He came back with a picture frame. Wow. And then on top of that, this entire segment, she is bothered. She wants to make it seem like she's so unbothered. She does not care. Girl, that high-pitched voice gave bothered as fuck. And I'm thinking, like, girl, where's the energy you had all season? I'm not seeing it. Like, it just seems like Keiarna did not know what she was walking into when it came to the reunion because everyone is on her ass, as they should be. Her season was horrible. Next to Angel's, Keiarna gets a fan question asking her if she is simply a sugar baby for Greg because she puts more emphasis on that condo than Greg having an actual commitment. And Angel, for some reason, pipes in and she tries to start speaking for Keiarna. And Keiarna is even like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, Andy didn't ask you any questions, Angel. Like, please pipe down. And Keiarna tells her a real chin check, like, I can speak for myself, thank you. And I was like, damn. Like, Keiarna is a weird friend. I don't really understand her vibe and this whole, like, I need to be in the spotlight. We're not talking to you. Like, look at me. Like, it gives that to me. And it just is not a good look. I don't like how she talks to Angel like that and kind of, like, talks down on her in a way, because that whole chin check comment was crazy, coming from a friend, quote. But she starts going off on her tangent, talking about how hard of a worker she is and how she's had her own business since her early 20s. And I'm like, yeah, the business and the part of the side of you that we don't hear anything about, we still have yet to get any real detail on what you have going on outside of Greg. Like, we know nothing about your hardworking boss bitch side, Keiarna. Like, you really dropped the ball on this. This could have been your chance, once again, to put highlight and emphasis and attention on your business. I feel like when she was a friend of, she did that. Like, we were in her spa a lot more when she was a friend of versus when she is a main cast member. That is so backwards. I'm like, you spent way too much time trying to, like, I guess, secure a spot or be the most controversial, whatever you're going for. It was a complete flop, because I feel like you would have secured your spot like with no problem if you were just yourself. You were showing us your boss bitch side. We were seeing how you were going with your day-to-day operations, X, Y, and Z, and then like sprinkle in some detail with Greg. But you did the exact opposite and ruined it for yourself. Thank God. Getting to the topic of Wendy and Keiarna's friendship. And Wendy believes that Keiarna did not have any good intentions going into the season at all regarding their friendship. And she makes it known that Keiarna left out a lot of details when she brought up that whole thing when Wendy was at that speaking event and she saw Keiarna but didn't wave to her. That was such a big deal. Wendy gives us some actual receipts of when Wendy was done speaking. She got off the stage and then she greeted Keiarna, and there was a picture of them hugging at the event. So I was like, what's this? It's so interesting you left these details out, and it's even more clear, bitch, you will do whatever you can to get some sort of a storyline, some sort of a spotlight, anything you can to make yourself look better above someone else. Like, I got that from that whole thing. That was supposed to be your friend, and you made Wendy look so bad this whole season in regards to you guys' friendship, making it seem like she just did not give a fuck. I feel like she could have, at least from a friend's perspective, Wendy put more effort into trying to understand like where Keiarna was really coming from, because for me, I could not like understand what the real issue was. I just feel like Keiarna was bringing up all of these examples that didn't really feel like it needed to explode to this point, for their relationship. So I just didn't understand why Keiarna felt the need to make Wendy look bad, knowing that now Wendy has these receipts. So I was like, boom, checkmate, girl. What's next? I don't think there's anything next, girlfriend. Next! But wait! Keiarna actually brings up her own receipts. I almost forgot because it was so irrelevant. She brings a photo of what the event space looked like. I guess she was supposed to, she was trying to show how small the venue was. And I guess that was her way of proving that there was no way Wendy didn't see her. I don't know what this was proving. I'm like, that's it? Girl, Wendy's receipts is everything we need to know. We see that you guys are talking. She clearly greeted you. End of story. Next. Now we get over to her issues with Stacy, which once again was just played up and over the top for no reason. And she calls Stacy a black Karen after Stacy described Keiarna's behavior as aggressive. And Stacy does outline the connotations that come with that term with black women, but she does also state that Keiarna's behavior was unhinged and just all over the place for no reason. And she did come at her with this on 10 energy. Like, I don't know what else to describe it as. Like, if we're not going to use aggressive, we can leave that word out for the reason that we already know. But can we at least be real and say that you did come at her with all of this, like, in your face energy, I'm trying to fight? Like, that's not to be disputed in my opinion. Then she gonna say that Stacy tried to kill her when she went to the peace lunch and Stacy ordered cheese after Keiarna just told her she was allergic. And I'm like, see, I don't want to hear anything else, Keiarna. Shut the fuck up. She was trying to kill you. She didn't try to force you to eat it. She didn't try to put it on you. Anything. What the fuck are you talking about? So she was not allowed to order cheese just because you were allergic? Make that make sense. But anyway, who cares? This is so relevant. Next. So now Jazzy finally comes out. And you can see all across Keiarna's face, she is bothered. She is sick. She cannot stand Jazzy. And I feel like she already knew Jazzy was going to come with some information that she did not want us to know about. And she does drop some bombs later on that I was like, we need to get some more detail about that. But she comes out, and Keiarna, on top of all the things that she is, I didn't realize how, like, shallow and vain she is as well, and how much she is insecure and has low self-esteem. Because at this point, she's over here, Jazzy is saying that Keiarna saw her on the train the other day, I guess, and didn't speak to her at all. They didn't talk or anything. And they had eye contact, so there was no, I didn't see you. Keiarna gonna say, I didn't recognize that was Jazzy at first. Like, I didn't know that was her. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, okay, anyway. But she doesn't look as beautiful. She didn't look as beautiful then as she does now. And I'm like, so what the fuck are you trying to say? You're trying to say that she was chopped when you saw her on the train, or she wasn't pretty when you saw her on the train, she didn't have her face on, whatever you're trying to say that she was not looking good. She was not looking cute, and you're trying to have like a backhanded compliment. Oh, as beautiful as she looks now. It's like, Keiarna, please. Wow. And you can tell she started doing that when she was trying to deflect on the things that Jazzy was saying about Keiarna. Like, anytime Jazzy said something about Keiarna that she did not like, she goes and throws low blows about how she looks. It's like, and how much money she has, and how much nicer Keiarna's body is than her. It's like, girl, you look just as dumb as Angel did when she jumped up. Aha! Like, girl, you guys are corny as fuck. Get the fuck out of here. No one is comparing bodies. She stood up talking about my body is this, you look like this. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Girl, clearly you don't have anything intelligent to say, because now you're going for looks. We're not talking about how you used to look when you had your braces on and you have your wig off. Like, no one's talking about that, because who gives a fuck? We don't need to resort to talking about people's looks to prove a point. Like, that is so shallow and so immature, and just shows how low self-esteem you have. And then this is a complete double standard, because how are you going to get mad that Wendy saw you and didn't say anything, but you saw Jazzy, you admitted you saw Jazzy and just willingly did not say anything to her? It's like, is that not the same thing? Like, it's okay when you do it, but not when it's done to you? And this is when Jazzy drops the bomb, allegedly, that Keiarna stole Greg from his prior husband, and now, Keiarna stole Greg from his prior wife, and now is trying to play house, essentially, raising his kids and X, Y, and Z. And I was like, huh? Is that the case, Keiarna? And if that is the tea, I am sat. I want to hear all of the juicy details, because she did anything she could to talk about Stacy and all of this stuff. It's like, girl, it seems like you could possibly be in that same wheelhouse. Yeah. I'm really hoping we can get some more information on that, like, in the next season, because that would be some real juicy intel. And finally, to close it out for this episode, we have Monique coming out, and she brought her binder just in case. And I was like, are you gonna have to use that this time, girl? Like, what's in it? She said she received a cease and desist from Chris late the night before, so I'm wondering if that means she just can't talk about anything with Chris. Does that mean we're not gonna get any more detail? I hope not, because we've been waiting all season to get the actual details on what's going on, or what did happen between Stacy and Chris. Monique is asked about her comments she made about Angel in her marriage, and she tries to explain that she wasn't trying to come at Angel's marriage or talk down on it, but Angel lets it be known that Bobby was not cool with her comments, and Monique could already tell he was not fucking with her, because I guess she tried to say hi to him and he paid her dust. And I was like, I know that's right, because if you are not trying to be cool with her, you're offended, you don't want to go back and forth, because I don't expect Bobby to confront her because she's a woman. I feel like Bobby has more class and respect than that. So a simple no response is a response. So I'm glad he did what he needed to do. But on top of that, Monique kind of feels, in my mind, she's like backtracking now. It's like now she's backtracking. Now she's over here saying that she was just talking in general, and she was not talking about Angel specifically, and she wasn't trying to project her experience onto Angel. And it's like, girl, that's exactly what you were doing. And if that's the case, just say that. I don't know why she felt the need to now say, oh, well, I wasn't meaning just hers, I went in general. I'm like, well, in those scenes, you were talking about her marriage specifically and correlating it to your own past experiences with Chris. So why not just be real now and say that? I don't understand why she did that. I was confused. So finally, we get on to the Stacy and Chris topic. And Stacy now wants to downplay the comments that she made, saying that when her and Keiarna were separated, they were both seeing other people, and Chris was one of the people that she was seeing while they were separated. She said that when they were in Nevis, and it was like on the producer cam. So we already saw that footage, and now they bring it back up again, and now she wants to backtrack. She's like, oh no, me and Chris didn't have a relationship. That photo you guys saw at dinner was with us and like 25 other people. We weren't alone. And as Stacey is rambling, stuttering over her words, Monique jumps in with some sort of receipt or proof to show that I guess Stacey and Chris has something going on. I cannot wait to find out what it is, because this is going to let us know once and for all what the truth is. And Stacey, if it is found out that you were dead ass lying about this entire thing, I think you can kiss your relationship with any of the girls goodbye, because now no one's going to trust you. You're going to seem like someone they just don't want to be around, because it's like you've been carrying this lie on the entire season and you did not have to. Not saying we didn't already know Stacey was a liar. I'm just saying on this topic and how big of an issue it was this whole season, if we find out that she was blatantly lying again, because last season the same thing happened with TJ, so it's like, girl, it just seems like every reunion they're going to come for your ass and everything's going to be exposed. So I am excited to see what this next episode brings. And of course, we finally have Karen coming out, and she's already coming for Wendy's neck. She said that she was happy to hear Wendy's mom tell her to shut the fuck up. I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. Hopefully. But yeah, how did you guys feel about this episode? Let me know how you felt in the comments down below about Keiarna's segment and Stacey's segment, and let me know if you believe anything Ashley is saying about Jackson and their situationship, whatever was going on. If you did like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!